Welcome back, folks. My name is Tom. I'm your host. Look who we have with us today. It's been literally months since they've been on here. Aubrey and Jaron, welcome back to the show. How you doing?
We're doing good.
Doing good. Today on today's episode, we are going to do a couple review. One of them is The Mandalorian. This is not the way it should go, as I was saying. Guys, we're here for Mandalorian season 3. Let me get your thoughts. What is your from episode 1 to 5? We're gonna talk about episode 6. Spoiler: if you guys haven't seen it, please go back and watch the episode, then come back and listen to our review. But give me your thoughts on the first 5 episodes of Mandalorian season 3.
You go first.
Gosh, I don't even know. Honestly, I do not remember the first episode. I don't think.
You don't remember the first episode?
No,
Honestly, I don't either, to be honest.
I don't remember.
Do a recap of all of them. Just a very brief.
What is the first episode?
He's at Greef Karga.
So he's going to Mandalore to get baptized, basically to
that was first episode.
Was the very first episode.
That was the very episode
with the Mando creature thingy.
No, that's episode 3 or 2. One of those.
No, in the water. Oh yeah.
Yeah. Okay. He was just going, and he needed a droid to. So he wants to resurrect that one droid. Apparently now, which this is okay. I don't like this season. I don't like the writing. It makes no sense when you have this guy who hated droids, and all of a sudden now he depends on the droid to help him go in there to find Mandalore.
Yeah, to see if that one specific droid.
And here's the crappy thing, guys. All of a sudden he wants that specific drone, right? Droid. And then he goes back to where? He flies back to where? That lady who fixes things, right?
Yeah.
And then she said, I can't get the parts. Why don't you take him? You had an entire episode of him trying to resurrect this one droid, and then you go to the second episode and say, oh, never mind. Let's just take him.
There has been
working on him though, right?
No. They said there was no way.
Him.
They scrapped him.
Oh, really?
So there has been a few points like that in this season so far where they've came up with they do a scene or an idea and you think, oh, they're gonna go with it, and then all of a sudden they scrap it.
Yes. Which one are you? Give me an example.
So you got that one.
Yep.
With that was like an episode and a half, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was the first 2 episodes.
Yeah.
Episode and a half doing that, and then the other one was, oh crap,
I can give you one.
Teaching Grogu.
Yeah, well,
random.
I don't understand. So there has been falling out with Jon Favreau and Kathleen Kennedy. It's been reported, and it's the source that has been reported. It's actually a pretty legit source from what I've read.
And Kathleen Kennedy is the Star Wars chick, right?
She's like the main hub.
The main chick.
Yeah,
she's the main chick. Yes.
Yeah.
She's the CEO of Lucasfilm. Yes.
Okay, she's the Star Wars chick.
Yeah. That doesn't know a thing about Star Wars.
Good thing this is not a woke channel here, but
as a woman, I am not offended by that.
Well, I'm glad.
If I was like the boss of something and I said, "Oh,
that chick,"
so she is the bracelets chick.
Yeah.
Yes, I am.
So she and Favreau had fun, but apparently now they kind of okay now, and she's kind of stepping back and letting the creativity happen. So, because sometimes I think she's more of she micromanage, and so. But I don't know, man. This season has been so many bad writing. I'll give you an example. When you watch that scene when Bo-Katan, so Grogu gets defeated, and then not Grogu, sorry, what the heck is his name?
Din Djarin.
Din Djarin gets defeated. Grogu goes and get Bo-Katan. And Bo-Katan comes, who is, by the way, played by Katie Sackhoff, who is voiced by her in the anime. So it's cool that they have the person who voiced the character to play the character. comes and rescue. She goes down there. She kills them with the dark saber.
Mhm.
Oh, yeah.
I turned to my wife. I said, "That belongs to her now. That belongs to her." And then it took stinking 4
Forever
episodes
for them to say
for
it.
to bring that up. Wouldn't you think that's something that you bring up right away? Everybody knew
I
that
thought-
story. It's the
I
Harry.
thought for sure old Din Djarin
Would have given it to
would
her
have
right
said it
away.
like right off the bat. This is yours now.
But see, they set it up so bad because now they set it up at that in episode 6, like, oh, this belongs to her now because this happened. Oh my god, you supposed to. This is something. The whole entire season 2, the end of season 2 was set up for Din Djarin and Bo-Katan to face off. They emphasized it on the fact that they gave Din Djarin the black saber to be the owner, and all of a sudden you wrote the entire first 5 episodes, 6 episodes, and then it's the Harry Potter syndrome. It's the Elder Wand syndrome. The wand doesn't work for Voldemort because Harry disarmed Draco in his house, so that belongs to him. I'm sitting there, I'm like, no one's gonna acknowledge the fact that the lightsaber belongs to Bo-Katan now, and then they didn't mention it until the end of episode 6. The other thing I hated this okay, now this is just me bashing on it, but one of my worst episode, I believe, was episode 5. Do you guys remember what episode 5 was? What happened?
Was that the birds?
Yeah.
Was that Jack Black?
No,
Oh.
Jack Black was episode 6.
Oh.
The
6.
bird.
The bird.
The lost little
Oh,
Mandalorian
yeah,
bird.
the rant. That was a filler
Yeah.
And
episode.
then they brought the birds back with them on a ship.
Yeah, that was weird.
So, first of all, the first episode, they got attacked by a sea creature. Very same spot.
Oh yeah,
True.
I don't know.
Arizona, by the way.
No, well, it's like Havasu, so I think it's Nevada area.
Wouldn't you want to move?
They
Right?
have nowhere else to go.
Their planet was taken.
And then they go, they do this. So this isn't the first time that happened, because that big guy said every time they took a youngling, they never come back. Why are you still there?
Right? And they're still all just practicing out there.
And then
oh,
and then-
look, another bird.
And then on top of that, how does he know what happens? Because he never says they got the bird got away, and then they couldn't catch him up. It says every time they come, we couldn't catch them. Then how did they know that the kid's still alive? Bo-Katan goes and finds out, oh, they're here. It took him a day to go back to that place. The bird would have killed the kid that day already. They would have feed.
It was in the kids. It was in the bird's throat where it goes to verp up food for baby birds.
I don't care, Aubrey. And then when they climb up to the nest, it's like, oh, we got to be quiet. They're gonna kill the younglings. How did they know they kill them? You just said you can never catch up to them. There's inconsistency in writing.
And then they found the helmets.
And then all of a sudden now they rescue him. She goes, now the cool thing is that when Bo-Katan rescued Din Djarin from the water, she saw the Mythosaur. That's gonna come back into play. That is a really cool creature. Whoever rides it, it's basically it's a badass. Whoever rides, it's almost like it's like the Harry Potter syndrome again, like the eagle birds. You gotta get
Hippogriff.
Yeah, there you go. It's just like the
So Din Djarin's
their
gonna do it.
trust.
No, Bo-Katan will.
So
Din
is this gonna turn into a Bo-Katan movie now?
I don't know, man. I don't know what. I don't even know. The writing is so all over the place.
Do you feel like they don't know what to do with Grogu anymore?
No,
They have he doesn't want to be a Jedi now, so now they don't know what to do.
Yeah. So here's the rumor. Jon Favreau wanted to end his storyline, Grogu's storyline, in season 2.
They should have.
leave him at Luke.
They should have.
And have Din Djarin go do something else.
Yeah, they should have.
But because Boba Fett was so bad, they had to tag him in to bring the ratings up and to bring that story back. It's they shouldn't. They don't know what to do with Grogu anymore. And then you get a scene.
like,
you? Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
oh no, I was gonna say, do you feel like they are feeding way more fan service
I can see.
and
Yeah.
cameo service
Well,
than they
last episode,
last
see, that was terrible.
episode 6 was. I mean, are we on
Terrible.
episode 6 now?
Oh, I guess yeah. Sorry.
It's terrible. We can go to episode
It-
6. That's fine. Episode 6. Yeah.
Yeah, it's just a lot of fan service, and I'll be honest, I didn't necessarily hate episode 6. I just kind of was like, well, that was weird.
What's the
I was like,
point?
what is this Wonderland shit going on? Like, like literally, it was a space Wonderland with Lizzo and Jack Black as like the Queen of Hearts and the little.
And then we
king.
got Back to the Future.
And
we
then
went
we get Back to the Future
Yeah.
thrown into it with Christopher Lloyd, which I mean, who doesn't love that man? But it was very random. And then the whole
They had a
like,
side quest.
It was a CSI episode. It was the new like one of those CSI NCSI episode. And let's
Yeah,
go
it
find the
was-
clue. It is the worst. They go and they like they question those guys. I don't know what the names are, but
the random robot.
Yeah.
Things.
Then they go and then they
I have spoken people.
Oh yeah, them too.
so all of a sudden now he first episode he's trying to resurrect a drone, and he needs their help, and now episode 6 he hates them again.
Yeah.
Well,
Where's-
he only trusts that one droid.
Where's the consistency in this? And then all of a sudden they go and they do investigation. Oh look, the droid has a tag that tells you exactly what bar he went to. Really? Like really? Would a drone have a
And
wallet?
the fact that there's a droid bar.
Joy, sorry, I've been drone. Joy, yeah. I'm like, what is going on?
It's so random. And then they're like, the people give us a second life. Beep beep boop 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 beep beep. We're
And-
also happy. Beep beep boop
and-
boop. It's so
And
weird.
I turned to Whitney. I was like, "What's stopping him from flying out and just going to meet the people?"
Yeah.
What I didn't get was
They have the guns. They were the only people who had weapon.
Yeah.
What is to stop them from going to just meet the Mandalorians at
Oh,
the?
can we stop with the weird fish and seaweed people
Yeah, that
and like
was-
the tentacles kissing on a
Yeah,
fish? Like
what I
that
saw-
was too much for me.
yeah, I was just like, what's going on?
We both were just
It's terrible.
like the
It
whole
is-
seaweed pirate dude was not my favorite either.
What was weird though is this one was directed by Bryce Dallas Howard, and she's done ones in the past, and they
It's
were
been
good.
awesome. Yeah, and I
But
don't
this
blame.
one was terrible.
But I don't blame her at this one. I blame the writing. The writing was really
I
bad.
agree with you. I think the writing is all over the place this season. They just don't know what they're doing.
They don't know. They have 2 more episodes, maybe 3, I believe. Ugh, my allergies.
Oh yeah,
What's
it's usually about
what's
8,
the
huh?
direction that they're? Well, I guess they're
Well,
trying to
do you-
take back Mandalore.
Well, no. Do you
We know
remember
that- we know that bad dude is not dead.
Which bad?
Gideon? Moth Gideon.
Moff
Well, yeah,
Gideon's
why
not
haven't
dead.
they even done like a cameo of him?
He's coming back.
I know, but
You
still,
guys-
Oh,
I
and
know-
we've got that random. There was that one random episode with the scientist and the
yeah,
pirate chick.
I totally
that-
forgot about that.
and-
Okay. Can I just say? Okay, maybe because you guys saw Andor, right?
Yeah,
I think I think Andor ruined Mandalorian for me.
because Andor was so good.
So good, and so grounded, and so gritty, and so like the risk, there's
Yeah.
stake in the mission they go to, and now it's Mandalorian's more like a kiddie. It's like a kiddie.
They really shot themselves in the foot by making Grogu such a thing,
Yeah,
such a kid thing, because now they're limited. They
yeah.
have to keep
Although-
it PG friendly-ish.
I do like one scene, and that was episode 4 when when Grogu had a flashback who rescued him,
That was cool.
and
They
the
did
guy
that in
that rescued him was the guy who did Jar Jar Binks.
Jar Jar Binks' voice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
But-
motion caption, Jar Jar Binks. He did that, and it's
Yeah.
cool that they bought him because he's like, if you guys know anything about, I think there's a ghost in my house. The trash can just flipped. That was weird. Is it cold right here? He was getting a lot of crap from doing Jar Jar. Like he was
Oh,
getting
yeah. Well, everyone
like
hated Jar Jar.
well, I hated Jar Jar too, but I'm not gonna send him a threatened letter trying to kill his family
Yeah,
for doing
no,
that.
he got a lot of crap. It's really sad.
So
Sometimes fans are a little wild.
very toxic. There's
People
Star
can
Wars
be
fans
rude.
can be toxic, and there's a bunch of freaking nerd who sits behind the computer who doesn't know how to fight. Anyways, yeah, I said it. Come at me. Anyways, yeah. So that whole thing with the signs, I think they was trying to be like it. Like they're trying to be like Andor, like trying to get you that like like kind of like
But that episode was like a lot of people were mad about that episode because you only got Din Djarin in like the last 2 minutes of the episode.
Here's the thing.
But I thought it was
It's
good.
actually a good episode.
Okay,
Yeah.
but my issue with that episode is you can't just throw it out.
It was random.
It was
Mhm.
random.
Yeah.
You didn't prepare the audience. You didn't introduce them in the first 2-3 episode. At least give a little glimpse of what's gonna happen.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, you throw in this storyline, a brand new storyline that you're like, well, wait, what happened?
Which I would just say, if they go with this storyline of watching how the New Republic is just like the old Republic type of thing, like if it
It's just a second Death Star.
well, because it is.
Just
We all know
Yeah.
that because we already know where it's headed.
Yeah.
But I do think that is interesting to see, like how all these people who fought
Wait.
in that war with Luke, and they were all, but
No,
it's like already.
This isn't going towards the second Death Star though. This is after Return of the Jedi.
No. I'm just saying as the
Yeah,
example.
No, this is before the last three.
No,
Yes, it is.
I thought it was. I thought this was taking place after
No,
the
'cause
Return of the Jedi.
Look at how young Luke is.
Yeah, he's. This is after the Return of the Jedi.
This is after the first original three.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then not the latest three.
Yeah.
Or
Okay.
the latest
Okay.
three that they did.
No, I'm not talking about the latest. Sorry, I meant the original. The original. This is after the original three. Yes. Yes.
After the original three.
This is setting up.
When I say first three, I'm going by what came out in theaters.
Okay. There you go, audience.
Sorry, we're on the same page. We just didn't know it.
Yeah. So this is actually they're setting up for the next the recent trilogy. The Empire, the First Order,
how
or
that became bad.
coming up, yeah. And so the girl in the scientist episode, she's working. She's Moff Gideon, who's working with Palpatine at this moment.
Yeah.
And then you got Ahsoka coming out, which looks awesome. I don't know if you've seen the trailer.
I haven't seen the trailer yet.
I'm so excited for this because
isn't there another one too?
There's three. There's the Acolyte. There's the skeleton. There's a skeleton cool. The Acolyte is gonna be good. I tell you right now, like from what I read, it's gonna be like pretty grounded like Andor. And so it's gonna be it looks really good. It had the guy from Squid Game, the main guy. He's in it.
That,
and then you got then you have the Skeleton Key or the Skeleton Crew with Jude Law. He's in it, and so with a bunch of kids. So here's the thing. I mean, we'll go into this. We'll talk about the celebration in a minute. I'll mention a little, but the episode 6. It was, I think, to me, it was bad. I don't like the way this season is going. I don't particularly. I hope they stick the landing. I hope this next 2 or 3 episode, whatever it is that's left, that it will get us back on track where we're supposed to be. They have to get rid of Grogu. I don't see how they can. What they can do with his character. He's just a side, kind of like a side circuit, like a sideshow.
He's essentially been diminished down to like a flounder, or like just he's a gimmick. He's just
agree.
A thing that's around.
Now. He's a Disney selling point.
Just even the fact that
there you go.
Like Mandalorian, he was so protective of him in the first, second season. Just the fact that he would leave Grogu with that queen, not knowing like she could have been bad. Yep. But now it's like
I agree because you had an entire episode of him missing Grogu, like heartbroken, and then all of a sudden he's okay with leaving it with a stranger. You never met these people. He even says it when they were on that little subway. I've never been here before. I've never heard of it. It's like, but you trust these people, like
but you're gonna leave him with them.
Yeah, and the cameo was fun. I mean I thought it was. It's bad acting, but whatever they try. Christopher Lloyd. Go ahead.
I mean, she's not an actress by any means, but I didn't think that she was bad. Honestly, I think sometimes Jack Black's goofy acting can make him seem like the worst actor, when I actually think he's a great actor, but it's when he's being like that,
Yeah.
he does the eyebrow raises and just being goofy Jack Black. It's just one of those things where it just all felt very out of place.
Very out of place. I agree with
Yeah.
That's the perfect saying. It's way really out of place. And then once they solve the crime, they go into to finally meet her people, who was like 200 yards away.
Yeah. They're just down the road.
Yeah, but you can't see them until you fix.
And then they get in a fight, and what a very less luster. What is that? What the word say? Lackluster. Like you get them challenge. I knew she was gonna challenge him. How else would she do it? You can't. They challenge him. She beats him. The fighting was fine, and then they go, and then Goku said, "Well, this is what happened. I was defeated. Bo-Katan came and defeated the monster, so therefore the Black Saber belongs to her."
Which, in a way, like, they're kind of setting it up, because the last couple episodes and everything like that, Bo-Katan's starting to be just as or more important than Din Djarin. And now that she's got the lightsaber, it's just like, wait, what?
The Black Saber.
Or Black Saber. Black Saber, lightsaber.
Can I ask you guys a question? Is Dark Saber.
Black Saber.
You both were wrong.
Yeah, fine. Dark Saber.
It's a saber.
Let me ask you a question. Is Bo-Katan the only one that can walk both ways? Apparently, she's the only one that can really, like, I saw this meme, and it was just somebody kind of say, wait, how come Bo-Katan can take off her helmet? And he goes, because she, and the lady goes, she gets, because she can walk both, both worlds. And then Jar goes, so can I? I've done it before. Like, why can't I do it? Like, why only her? Like, now you're shifting it to her, like, more important than Jar, and so as being that character. So, anyways,
makes you wonder: is Bo-Katan now the Mandalorian? Is she?
Well, she could be. I mean, she is the leader, and I don't know. I like to know how she lost her saber, that the dark / black / lightsaber.
Dark.
Yeah.
I want to know how she lost it.
How she lost it to Moff Gideon.
I want to see that, because and it was cool. Have you guys seen Rebels and Clone Wars and all? You probably did. When she was, it was funny. The first time she got the saber, it was gifted to her, and she took it like it was nothing. She's like, okay, and she raised it up. But this one, she had a hard time. I can't take it. I have to defeat you. Makes no sense. Inconsistent with the character. But in the anime, she actually gets it and she raised it up high, like, yeah. In this one, I kind of like it because she gets it. She brings it out and she drops it to the ground. I think that's a symbol to her, like, she's kind of understand it now that this is probably more important to hold it on this time. I have to be a little bit more humble, a little bit more, type of thing. I can't just be this overly confident person with the dark / black / lightsaber.
I wanted Mando to just keep it.
He doesn't even know how to wield it as good as Bo-Katan. But... So here's what's going on with Star Wars Celebration going on. There is going to be 3 new movies. Rey Skywalker is back. Daisy Ridley is back as Rey. That's going to be directed by a lady. I don't know the name. Don't kill me, folks. But she directed Miss Marvel. So that means the movie's going to suck.
Well, there went that.
Let's be honest. Miss Marvel was not.
Wasn't that great?
Watched it. So.
I couldn't even get through the first episode. So.
And
then where are they gonna go with Rey?
I don't know.
She doesn't even have anymore.
No, she has her own.
She buried Luke's.
Oh, she buried
and Leia's, yeah. So she has her own. Okay. Secondly, this one I'm interested and very excited for it. Unless they have a different creativity that he's going to be booted like every other director in the world that signed on to do a Star Wars movie, is this person who's doing what's his name? He's directing Indiana Jones. He did Ford versus Ferrari. He did Walk the Line. Director, what's his name?
I walk the line.
What's his
Steven Spielberg.
name? No,
George Lucas.
George Lucas.
what? George did he never? Oh, what's his? Hold on. I'm bringing it up.
Christopher Nolan.
No,
Indiana Jones.
no. What the heck?
He's not a director.
Indiana Jones. Dr. Jones?
Well, Steven Spielberg did do Indiana Jones.
Oh, James Mango. He did Logan. He did
close.
Logan. Yeah, and so he's doing the very beginning of how the Jedi was assembled. 2,500 years before anything. So I think that would be cool. And then you get Dave Filoni.
Cool.
That would be. I'm very interested in that. And James Mango is a really good director, really, really good. And then you get Dave Filoni, who is doing a movie that is going to combine with all the shows that the Disney has created, and it's going to come together somehow.
So Mandalorian, Obi-Wan,
Ahsoka, all that skeleton crew, and it's gonna end with that movie. The series, all that series is gonna come together and culminate into this one movie.
It'll be the Infinity War of Star
Wars. Yes.
Sure. I don't know how that's gonna go, but anyways, folks. Anything else on episode 6? I don't think we liked the episode, so there wasn't really anything good in there.
I would say that the costuming was beautiful. Lizzo's costuming and hair and all of that was amazing.
Yeah.
So I'll give them that. You got to give credit where credit is due.
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
And when I say costuming, I mean like the special effects, all the different creatures that were there. Like there was a lot of different ones. So cool
side note.
But
yeah.
So is all of those other Mandalorians? It looked like there was like 50 or 60 of them.
That was her fleet.
Her fleet. So is that fleet? Did they live on Mandalore?
They all had the bloodline.
They had the bloodline. I don't think they live in Mandalore. Was bombed back in like.
But she did though.
She did. She was there before, but I don't think all of them were there before. Never been there before.
They simply had the bloodline.
Because they all have the same blue suits. They all dress the same. I was just curious.
Well, maybe they do though, because none of them are that much younger than her. They are all around the same age, seeming.
Maybe.
Well, maybe a few of them.
Maybe a few of them.
And the rest are like too young to remember.
Yeah, I don't know. Anyways,
but yeah, I mean, I don't know how they're gonna take. I'm gonna bring back Mandalore. I mean,
I would love. Sorry.
Go ahead. No, go ahead.
I would love to see a flashback of what Mandalore supposedly was. You know, I think that would be cool to see a flashback from Bo-Katan and stuff like that.
Or how they're going to take it back.
Watch Clone Wars.
But I don't want cartoons.
Oh, come on. Really? Oh, my God.
Unless it has Goku in it, I'm not watching it.
Oh, heck yeah, dude.
I have to watch cartoons all day. Like, I just don't want to do that in my own spare time.
Good point. I would think, I think they'll see. The thing is, there's somebody who's behind all this, and we haven't met him yet, but he will be in Ahsoka. Admiral Thrawn. He is the main guy who I think gave, because all of a sudden the TIE fighter came and bombed Bo-Katan's castle or home, whatever.
Oh, I forgot about that.
Where did they come?
We just let that go.
Was random.
Where did they come from?
Yeah, that's true.
The outer region. The outer region is not sanctioned by the Republic. They don't have rules that the Republic doesn't have a restriction in that area, so anything can happen. Yeah. So therefore, hence Rise of Skywalker. Apparently, you can build an entire freaking army and no one would know it.
That's just true. On a different planet, though, with lightning and
apparently, and so outer region can be an excuse of what happens and what comes up. And so,
is Obi-Wan gonna have another season?
Yes,
or was that a one and done?
He's gonna have another season, and I think he's gonna be connected somehow to Ahsoka again. They're gonna meet somehow.
I get so confused with these timelines because
you gotta look them up every once.
You gotta look them up because I don't. Yeah.
Yeah. Trust me. I don't know how this is gonna work. I don't know how they're gonna connect those two, but But it should be interesting. I mean, I like to see. At least right now, I feel like Star Wars has a plan. They're not out like saying we're gonna make this movie, we're gonna make this movie, we're gonna make this movie. Now they're like, we're gonna make 3 movies, and these are your 3s.
So they have a better plan than Marvel right now.
Well, Marvel has a plan. It's just that their plan is not being executed so well.
Pump out as many movies as they possibly can.
Yes.
I'm not sure what's going on with Marvel. I'm not sure what.
Mania good?
I thought it was fine. I thought it was good. I thought it was good. I don't think. I mean, there's certain things in there you're like, what? But I don't like, it's. Let's just say, clearly you guys don't listen to my review, so there you go.
Haven't watched that one yet. Sorry.
So
we didn't have internet at that time.
Sure. I say it didn't feel like an Ant-Man movie. It felt like
a Kang the Conqueror movie.
Do you remember when we reviewed Loki, the season finale, and how I said that the 2 characters suffered because of the world building? Because Marvel likes to do that. They likes to sacrifice their character for the sole purpose to build the world that they're trying to build. Ant-Man has that issue to me. Like this, it's good, it's funny. There's certain things in there you're like, what? That makes no sense. But whatever.
And we're just trying to pump you full of information for the next chapter.
Next chapter with King. And I mean, I don't want to spoil for you, but go watch it. It's worth the watch. I just think to me, it's not an Ant-Man movie. And so, let me give you advice. When you watch that, I was the only one to not figure it out, but I kind of notice.
100%.
There's 2 scenes. Listen, there's 2 scenes, the beginning and the end. It's the exact same thing. He's walking and he's talking. Like it's in the trailer. You see him walking and everybody's saying hi to him. He's you remember? I don't know if you've seen the trailer.
Hit, right? Yeah.
Well, no. Watch the people around him, not him. Watch the people around him. And there's one scene where you see one person in front of him, and that same person is in the back of him. And I want you to tell me when you watch it, what is going on, those people around him. Because I think my theory is Scott Lang is stuck somewhere that's not his world. That's just my opinion. Just watch. I just wasn't. Anyways, folks, let us know what you think of Mandalorian season 6 or season 3, episode 6. I think it was hot garbage. The sad thing is, Jon Favreau wrote this episode, which to me is just I don't understand what is going on.
His touch. Everyone's losing their touch.
I think it's losing the magic for me, and that's
the magic. And I think they need to get rid of Grogu.
Yeah,
Send Grogu back to Luke and give us like a Grogu storyline, like a side story, and then have the Mandalorian be doing his own thing. I think.
All right, there you go. I agree with you on that one. And so, anyways, folks, let us know down below if you like if there's anyone out there that likes this last 3 episode, you're crazy. You gotta be out of your mind to think this is a good episode because they're terrible. And it's sad because I like Mandalorian season 1 and 2. I thought they were great because for the longest time, Mandalorian has been lifting the weights of Star Wars.
COVID screwed everything up.
It really did, to be honest. And so the flu. So, anyways, let us know. Comment down below, and I will have my review of Air next.
Air.
It is the best. It is the best movie of the year so far.
But there was no cameo, no Michael Jordan cameo.
You don't need it. You don't need it. It's not about. It's not about Michael Jordan. It's about his shoes. And so, anyways, let us know. Till next time, be kind.